Hello out there. I know it's been a long time since I've done a video for Justin and Max Games, and we're back in school. I'm back teaching, and my son's back in school. And I came up with an idea, which was to really test a game. So many times I do a review video of a game, and I might have played it maybe sometimes only once, but sometimes maybe three or four or five times, and to give my initial reactions and so forth. And then I put the game away and, oh, I think I really love this game. It's a really, really tremendous game. And then, I take a look at it on the shelf, and 2 months later, I have no idea how to play this thing. And I remember liking it so much. I'm sure a lot of you have had that experience as well. But I decided, you know what? It's September. Let's do something awesome. I have my list of 10 all time favorite games, and Anachrony is one of them. We got it, oh man, when it first came out, I think it was when we were first getting into the hobby. And my son, who was about 10 at the time or something, maybe a little bit older, maybe 11 or 12. Anyway, he learned the game. He took all the parts. We had just the base game, and we put it on the table, and we played it maybe like three or four times, and we just absolutely loved it. And at that point in our lives, it was the most complicated thing we had ever learned board game wise. Subsequently, I keep on thinking to myself, "Oh, I really like this game. Oh my gosh, I got to relearn all these rules." Plus, my wife bought the newest expansion, Fractures of Time, and it came in a huge box. She got this special box that you could kickstart, I think it was, or something, and it had all these other expansions in it, and it just was so overwhelming when we got it. I was like, "Oh, I love this game, but now there's so much more." This is what we decided to do. Maybe it's what I decided to do, but I thought, what if you play just one complicated game uh, for a whole month? That way, you'll hopefully never forget the rules again, and take a deep game and try every different possible convoluted assortment of ways of doing it based upon all of the variability. And we've played it so far just four times, and this is Anachrony. Now, Anachrony, I have also the minis that go along with it, and I bought them, I think, 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, whenever it came out. I was on the borderline of getting them, and I said, you know what? I mean, I don't mini paint all of the time. I'm not a superb painter, but I think I do a decent enough job with it, and I have a good time, painting the guys. And I think we played it maybe once or twice since I painted the guys. Well, let's now go headlong into this thing. We started off with just the base game. It's just two players, my wife and I, and we're trying every faction, every combination of factions, all of the various different leader cards, the A sides, the B sides, various combinations. And every time we play it, maybe once or twice, we'll add a different element. So the various different ways of playing it, the Doomsday module, the eventually the Fractures of Time, the Adventures module, all the other things that came in the box that we're not familiar with, and really just go deep down into the game. We were already familiar now with all of the various buildings that could be bought. Sorry about the siren in the background. But we were already getting really familiar. In fact, my wife said, "Oh, I wonder, are there more buildings, more places to build for your own player board? Because I'm kind of becoming familiar with these." And I think that's a good point. It's good when you become super familiar with things, because this game has so much replayability and so much depth that sometimes, you think, "Oh, I got this green cube, a yellow cube, and a gray cube. Let's see what's available." And you just say, I could build that. Who knows? We're getting to the point now where we're making decisions like why we're going to build a building and how to create synergy between the various buildings in our on our player boards, and how we're going to strategize based upon the various factions' abilities using the B side. And we started coming up with also, the various end game scoring things. We've come up with a neat way. There's a one card in the end game scoring which just says make up your own, basically. And what we do every game is we leave that one there, and we decide, oh, that's going to be the most purple cubes. Was it neutrino cubes or neutronium cubes? how many of those at the end, how many of the power cores you have left over. And we're coming up with new ways of kind of doing long-term strategies. Now, of course, those are only 3 points at the end of the game, but also the big projects. And then we're going to add more things, the doomsday track and so forth, and eventually, hopefully, become fluent in this language of Anachrony, and really be able to see the game. The first 2 times we were still remembering, don't forget, you got to change the buildings, and now we got to move this thing over here, and okay, this is this, and this guy can do this. Oh, did I remember this guy's asleep, this guy's awake when I'm bringing him back, this guy's exhausted. Did I remember to do that? I mean, we were just getting all of the basics down again and remembering that now we're, after 4th time, really smooth. I'm hoping by the end of 30, we're going to be just Anachrony experts. So I'll keep you abreast as how this month goes. I'm interested in knowing what other people, if anyone else has done something like this with one of their favorite games. All right, that's it. It's getting a little bit chilly here in Duluth, Minnesota. That's why I'm wearing my robe out here. But hopefully we're going to be. This also gets us to the table every single day, every day.